What's up, guys? Carp Gaming here. Today we're going to be doing a few matches with the treble-winning Man City team. It's going to be me and my fiance playing the games. We're just going to be talking as we're going through the matches. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, come on, City!
So we'll just get right into the games and then just talk about anything as we go along, I guess. So what should we talk about first? Treble, maybe?
Yeah,
How
the
good the team was?
parade was amazing. Even though it was throwing it down raining, we still had a good time. That didn't stop any fans.
I got
We
so
were still,
drenched.
I know, might as well took some shampoo and had a shower,
I needed that.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
thing is, it was better than the just blasting down heat. Because
Yeah,
that just felt so bad when we was on the
it
way.
was really, really hot, and then it's like the sky was like, yeah.
Yeah, you all need to cool down. I can understand that. It's like, yeah, I understand you, so I'm just gonna let you cool down for a bit. And then it stops. And then straight away it's like, oh, City away. Right, that's rain. But obviously, the United fans that are like, the United fans and the rest of the club, should I say, that are like, oh, it was barely anyone there, this and that. See, you have no fans. Well, you're kind of lying, aren't you?
Literally, if you actually came, or if you actually saw it on Instagram or anything, from people who don't just crop out photos of like a little crowd,
And United fans
you literally, you'd actually see it was so busy.
could
And
barely even move.
yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. Barely even move. Um, but it was amazing still. I love City as a team. Like the players, they're so respectful to the fans. Um, it was just amazing.
Yeah, there's one thing I do somewhat hate. I understand why they do it, but I do hate when people bring loads and loads of flags
Yeah, it just gets in the way.
of
Everyone's trying to
everyone.
video, and
Or
even
even
if you're
look.
not, yeah, everyone's trying to look
And
and
just there
see.
waving your flag around.
And
Like, I
you,
understand you're celebrating, but come on, you're kind of blocking everyone else's
I
vision.
understand your hands in the air. I understand that, but when you have gigantic flags, I mean, especially yesterday, we saw it for 2 hours. I think it was around about 2 hours
Yeah.
when the City players weren't even there yet. We were waiting for them to come. And you had your big, gigantic flags in the way when they did come. I'm sorry, I'm trying to see. I didn't wait for 2 hours just to have a flag in my face. I mean, I got poked in the eye by a flag as well.
I think that's where, obviously, if you're going to bring a flag, don't just be like, you know, waving it in everyone else's face. You've got to be a bit considerate.
Yeah, or even just bring a small one.
Yeah.
I think that would be a bit better.
It is a bit, obviously, you understand it's like you're celebrating and everything, but like when people are trying to actually see alongside you celebrating everything, it's kind of not really the best idea,
Yeah.
to say the least. Should we go on to the new EAFC?
Yes. Now, I would like to say I don't like that the women are going to be in the same ultimate team as the men. I think if you are going to do that, which I wouldn't play with the women anyway, but if you are going to do that, separate them. So you have a choice if you want to play with the women or if you want to play with the men.
Yeah.
Don't force people to be like, oh, you want to play ultimate team? Well, here's women.
Here's Sam Kerr out muscling every single male footballer for some
Literally,
reason.
it's like she'll be like rated 92. This would annoy me if she's rated like 92. I'm sorry,
And then Messi will be on 90.
how is she even higher than Ronaldo, Messi, even Mbappe? Mbappe is better than her. If you just look at the physique of Ronaldo, Messi, or all the male players compared to Sam Kerr, I think it's pretty obvious who's stronger.
Yeah, and it's like Zaha versus the whole Crystal Palace team, like the females team. He went through them all by himself, and obviously in the males division, he's not even in the top 50,
No.
and yet he went past the full Crystal Palace team. Like, come on, you got to think about the comparison there. It would be smarter if you did split them up. Personally, I don't want them in FIFA because obviously, if you're going to do it, I'd say create a whole different game for them.
Yeah, it's not even women aren't as big as men. It's like they said that they're gonna try and split up the wage. If men make a lot more, the men are actually gonna split it into two bits. So women will get one half and the men will get the other
Oh,
half.
yeah,
I
remember
don't
that.
think you should do that.
I think they did that with the American male and females teams
You
as
shouldn't
well.
do that because they're not getting the recognition because they're not good. They're
Yeah, they're
not
not as good.
better. I'm sorry, but no, it's not fair on the men at all.
Yeah, because it's like the men's World Cup would make maybe 10 times as much as the females would.
Yeah.
So it's like when the World Cup comes round, who really thinks, ah, yes, Women's World Cup? No, everyone thinks, ah, yeah, the Males World Cup. Who's going to win? Argentina with Messi, Ronaldo with Portugal, and they don't say something like, oh, I think it's Australia with Sam Kerr.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, who actually thinks about that?
But when I first watched the women's in real life, I was thinking, when I first heard of it, I was thinking, not sure if I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And you either thrash them or you lose terribly. I don't feel like there's any in between. Whereas, like you have rivals in the men's side, City and United, and the goals are actually good when they score.
Yeah, and it can be quite competitive as well.
Yeah, competitive. And I think you should make the nets smaller for the women, because not only are they not as tall as the men's, just the saving anyway.
Yeah, like
how they dive, it's not something like men's.
they'll obviously, the argument is obviously there is some women in the division that are like taller in goal,
but typically men are taller.
Yeah, but even so, then the net should still be smaller, because obviously females also aren't as agile as males most of the time, because of the fact that obviously they have different body types, shall we say, to a male. Definitely. Whereas, because obviously males will be able to get even down to the floor a bit quicker and it won't actually hurt as bad, because of the fact that they have obviously different bodies. It's like males will be more, I don't know how to word this, more flat, shall we say.
Yeah, yeah.
So obviously they will be able to go straight down and they don't have as much pain going down.
Yeah, definitely.
And then obviously with females as well, the defending we've seen bit it's like it's kind of comedy.
Yeah, you watch it more as a comedy thing, not entertainment, sports entertainment. It's not sports entertainment, it's just funny.
Yeah, it's not really as good as the males at all.
And who really knows women footballers anyway?
Yeah.
Like, when you think of football, when you just say football, you think of Messi and Ronaldo. You don't think, oh yeah, what is it, Horton or something? I don't know her first name.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. She plays for England.
Oh, is that the one that keeps getting pushed for England City or something? Because
I don't know. I don't know any news about it.
I know there's someone called Bunny because I saw it at the City store. Don't know who it is though.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is. But when people buy shirts anyway, you get the men's, you don't get the women's.
Scott Carson is even seen as more popular than them.
Yeah, and that's
third choice goalkeeper.
Yeah. Doesn't really play.
Whilst Mbappe just scored, I do actually want to go into that. I don't like Mbappe on this game. He is annoying to come up against.
That's because he's the cover of it.
Yeah,
they're just going to rate him
He's
higher.
too overpowered. I think, realistically, they should just not use him the way that he is. They should just make him how he's in real life.
Yeah.
And I feel like even FIFA's got worse, and it's not even just because of EA, it's the community have gone worse, where they're like, oh, well, because this player is so overpowered, I want to use them.
Yeah,
you can't use fun squads.
Most people pick Mbappe. They don't use the players that they actually like or they actually want. Like, I like, what's his name now? Forgot his name. Bernardo, even.
Yeah,
I could use him as an example.
Quite rare.
But, Stones, that's it. I did forget that name. I like him a lot, but even at the start of the year, he doesn't feel that good. And how has he not got an upgrade? He's been an 83 for years now.
I know.
He's been playing amazingly for City. I don't understand how he's not got an upgrade. If he doesn't get an upgrade, I'm not playing FIFA. Literally, because it's
not even going to be called FIFA next year, is it?
Yeah, I know.
Because they're splitting up. I think there is going to be a FIFA though, but I'm not sure about that. Whilst we're also still on the tracks of obviously FIFA, EA and stuff, the transfer market, shall we say, about, because the fact that they're actually potentially removing it, I don't think that's the best idea. I can understand why, because a lot of people that obviously will buy coins to build the teams, and obviously it kind of it does somewhat ruin the game
Yeah.
for the fact that if you have loads of money you can buy the best players and you know. But then the fact that with the new pack system where they might be increasing your probability with the more packs you open, that's making it worse because of the fact that people who don't have as much money or time won't be able to actually get good players anymore. So obviously it's going to make it harder that way. And then the people who have a lot of money and obviously do YouTube for a living and stuff like that will be able to just get every single best player in the game. They'll be able to get all the best players.
Yeah.
I don't think that's fair reasonably because it shouldn't really be that way. Like I understand, if they made it into where you had to play games, just play games, like they took the store away, and even potentially kept the transfer market or took it away, and you had to play games to get everything, that would be a lot better. Because then the fact that everyone has a fair chance of doing this, getting the best players and everything like that, without it kind of ruins the game.
I agree.
So I think that's a ruined thing with the next game. Hopefully they don't do that. Obviously we touched down on the females and males in the same one. Kind of makes it a bit for me. So I'm not sure which game I'll be getting next year. If YouTube just does kind of pop off by that point, and we've got a bit of money coming in through YouTube, I could maybe potentially buy both and see which one's better, and then let obviously you guys know. So if you want that, try to help us get to a set amount of subscribers and views.
Yeah, and please send to your friends as well.
Yeah, because that'll obviously help us, and then obviously we're trying to make sure we can keep ahead with all the comments and everything whenever we get them. Like as soon as we see them, we will try to like the comments, comment back if it's anything we need to comment on. We're trying our best, obviously, with the amount of time we have. It's a bit hard at the moment.
Yeah.
Especially as we're having to create a lot of videos in advance as well.
Also, there's going to be a setup for the podcast, but it's currently in construction at the moment, so we've had to
go outside and use a set little area.
Yeah.
It's a bit secluded, so it's okay for now.
So don't worry, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
But you will see it. We don't know when, so we're not going to put a date on it or anything.
Yeah, because we don't want to set a date and then you be upset that you don't get to see it yet.
Yeah.
But when there is a setup, we'll let you know.
But if you're confused, saying, "Oh, is this going to be your main setup?"
Yeah.
Especially on a windy day, it'll be annoying. Or even a rainy day.
On rainy and windy days, it might be really bad.
But yeah, going back to this FIFA, I don't understand how Henry hasn't got an upgrade. He's got a prime card, but that's his best card. Whereas Kaka has got an upgrade.
And then he's getting another one from the E Champions League.
Yeah, is it a FUT birthday that Kaka's got?
Yeah, FUT birthday's currently got, and I think the new one's going to be a 5-star is what they're trying to say.
Come on, Henry. How can you not be a 5-star? That's a perfect opportunity to put him in.
It's like Kaka. I feel like they should have just done someone who doesn't have upgrades.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pros are usually the ones that have the most rights these days with everything.
Yeah.
Which I think, as a community as a whole, should actually have the same amount of rights to what they want as content.
You should have a vote.
Yeah.
Like how you do for Team of the Season.
Yeah, exactly. Well, saying that, they'll rig that, so.
Yeah, true.
They obviously love to rig the votes.
Yeah, because I don't understand how Grealish didn't get into it.
Yeah, and loads. The thing is, I feel like at the same time there would have been loads of people who just don't like the City players, and so they wouldn't put them in the votes.
But how did Alisson, De Gea get into Team of the Season and not Edison?
De Gea, I feel like De Gea only got in there because of the fact that he had the most clean sheets, which I don't understand how, personally.
That's probably because of Harry Maguire.
Yeah, they dropped Harry Maguire.
Because De Gea, like, you might say that I'm biased because I'm a City fan, but he's not that good. I think United should just get rid of him.
Yeah, I think Allison wasn't. If I'm remembering correctly, Allison wasn't really good this season. But for some reason, he was still in team of the season as a third goalkeeper from a SBC. Yeah, throughout the season, Ederson had actually done a lot of great work.
Yeah.
And even as we've seen from the Champions League that night, he'd done a lot of that throughout the season, yet he went in there. I somewhat understand Ramsdale because of how long Arsenal at the top of the league, but at the same time, in the end, come
Yeah.
on.
I do want. I like Ramsdale that he got a team this season, so I'm not really complaining about that. Saliba, no, don't really understand.
I thought that was just because he was he was seen as the shining star of the defence.
I
But then
really think that someone like John Stones
Stones should
got
have been
one.
there, yeah.
I know Ake got one.
Akanji's only got an inform, which I'm surprised with. He should have got way more for
I
the
know,
season.
but I noticed that quite a lot of the good City players don't get that many special cards in FIFA.
Yeah.
It's really, really hard.
I thought it's because they actually set City with such a high standard
Yeah.
that for some reason they don't like to give them special cards afterwards. I think like De Bruyne's got about 3 or 4 team of the weeks. Haaland has, I think, 1 or 2.
Team of the weeks.
Yeah, I think it's 1.
Yeah,
And then yeah, I think it's just 1 that he has.
I think it is one. Yeah.
Could be 2, but obviously we're not.
Haaland has a lot of special cards. I'm not complaining about Haaland.
Yeah.
Everyone can see that he's an amazing
Yeah,
player.
Bernardo has a few special cards, which I'm happy with. So does Foden. Grealish has 2, 1 from obviously England. But people like Stones, they only have 1 in form, and then you have that showdown card.
Yeah, which I wasn't playing the game then, so I can only get his inform or his normal card, which for this time of the year, his inform, not that good. Even his showdowns are probably a bit.
Yeah, I still use it, but it's not as good as some defenders in the game anymore.
Yeah, especially because Team of the Season has come out. Other people are going to be using Team of the Season cards, defenders, strikers. So he might not play as good as he used to.
Yeah, it's like the Laporte, I think, is actually better.
Oh, I love that Laporte, that flashback Laporte.
Yeah.
No regrets in getting him at all.
I wish just they would actually give. Like, I think City have a special card for nearly every player. I think it's just 1 that doesn't, which is Stefan Ortega. Which personally I think he should at least have 1 special card because of the fact that throughout the FA Cup he didn't concede 1 until the final, which was just a penalty. That's his 1 goal he conceded in that whole competition.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot who that was for a minute.
What, you forgot who Ortega was?
Yeah, I was
Wow.
blacked out for a minute. But no, I actually agree. He has been playing amazingly.
Other City fans attack.
Shut up! No, don't. No, he is a really good goalkeeper. I'm actually really happy. At first, when we got him, I was a bit like, oh, Premier League, it's normally a hard league.
Yeah,
But
because he
he's
did
been
come
doing
from a
so
team.
well.
I think he got relegated with his team when he came to City.
Yeah, I think they did. I
Um,
can't remember the team's name,
I forgot it now, to be honest.
but he's been doing amazing.
If you
I
remember
love
the
him.
team, put that in the comments, please.
Yeah, please.
Because I cannot remember it for the life of me.
I actually think that Ortega should get an upgrade next year.
If he
probably
does,
to an
thing
82.
is, when Barcelona had Neto and Ter Stegen, Neto was an 82 rated card, so they're not really prone to not giving like these second team goalkeepers decentish cards. So if he does get an 82, happy. Just want to quickly say about this, the overhead kick. I hate them in the game. I don't know why every single corner it works, but like as long as you put it in the right position, it's going to work. It should not be like that because not
No.
everyone can do an overhead kick.
Edison clearly proved that in real life. But yeah, I completely agree. And it's like if you've got a tall striker like Haaland, 6'5", very, very tall, they could have a small defender.
Yeah, and they still get out jumped to it.
Which doesn't make sense unless you physically got your hands on the plane, giving
Yeah,
yourself
but
a
on
bit
FIFA
more
they
height.
levitate.
Yeah. The animations that they have on FIFA sometimes, I'm just like, what?
Also, one celebration that's just should not have been added to the game is the griddy. People use it so
I know,
toxically.
they do it to get you frustrated,
Yeah,
to
it's just
get you
it's,
angry.
I hate the toxic people in this community now. They are actually what makes FIFA not feel as good, like as fun as it used to be.
Yeah.
Because now it's just competition all the time. You're never actually allowed to just have fun anymore with FIFA. Whereas if you remember back in the day, some of the OG fans will know about this. The fact that when you used to play the game, you could play with silver teams, or you could play just for fun, really. Whereas now everything's competition, this competition, that, and obviously I might get a bit of backlash for this, but I think that is also because of the pro players, the pro FIFA players, because they have got their own like little league thing and everything now, which makes it feel even worse, and that's why weekend league doesn't feel as good as it used to either.
Oh, I hate people who play a 5-back on weekend league.
Yeah, people who play that just to get 20 wins. What's actually wrong with you? Have fun. Just have fun
it
with the
doesn't
game.
feel fun anymore. Comment down below if you miss the old FIFA games.
Yeah, and also the old FIFA soundtracks, they were better.
Oh yeah, the old FIFA songs. Oh wow, I remember me and my brother just used to always sing them. I used to always watch him on FIFA. I never played it back then, but it was really, really fun to watch.
The worst thing is now as well, it feels like most songs aren't actually linked to football or FIFA.
Yeah.
It's just, it's quite annoying with it, because if they just added it with FIFA all the time, you know, people might actually enjoy listening to the soundtrack now, because what I do most of the time is actually turn off the soundtracks.
Yeah, they did add a few old ones, and that's because I think quite a lot of people don't really like the new ones anymore. So they're like, okay, we'll bring back some of the old ones. That's annoying.
Yeah, I hate little pushing out. And then the gritty again. People who do that, man.
Yeah, and a lot of people do that.
I know.
I don't even know how to do it anyway. Not that I would do it.
I know, it's just toxic. I think I know how to do it, but I would never actually do it because I hate it.
Yeah, me too.
Because you see a few people like, oh, the most toxic celebrations in FIFA on shorts, and then they're literally showing you how to do it. It's like,
wow.
why are you showing people how to do it?
Yeah, literally.
If you think it's toxic and then you're condoning it, like, come on, what is actually wrong with you?
Contradicting yourself.
Literally, I hate it.
Yeah, when you hate something, you don't normally do it, do you?
Yeah, you don't condone it and say, oh, here's how you do it. No, you just tell them, don't do this, please.
I love that upgrade phone card, by the way.
Oh,
Sorry for interrupting, but I actually really, really like it. I am kind of sad that Cray didn't get an upgrade, but as a City fan, I am quite happy about it, because Cray has 5-star skills.
Well, that'll be all for today, though, guys. Please like, subscribe, put a comment down below, share with your friends, but at least for now, see ya!